Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Cathedral of Velvet podcast. Let's go, everybody. Yeah. I am your host, as always, Parajusho, and welcome back to the Cave podcast. Where people podcasts. Again, I'm so very iffy on the tagline there, but if it works, I guess. But yeah, every 2 weeks, or every other week, twice a month, maybe even three if it's one of those months. We talk about the recent news of the news that has been happening with the Persona SMT series, maybe a couple other games in between here and there. So yeah, so we had an interesting break in between episodes. Uh, oh well, how episodes are being structured is like always. The first the first couple of minutes of the episodes, we talk about what's been happening in IRL. And then after that, probably like I try not to go above 10 minutes or so. And then after that, we talked about the news and what's been happening there. So, yeah, well, let's talk about what's been happening within the past 2 weeks or so. Last week, went to Otaku Fest. Yeah, so, technically my third time going. I don't know why I'm saying technically. It was my third time going there. First time being in 2019, where unfortunately I could only it was a 2 day con, but we could only stay there for 1 day because like during that weekend it was supposed to be like a hurricane, so we couldn't really stay there all that much. I mean we totally could have because according to like the news reports, like it was playing the hurricane was supposed to be it was initially higher, like a category 3, I think, but then it turned out to like category 1, I think. So unfortunately, during then, I was going I went with my friend. I rode with my friends there, so I really couldn't say, oh, well, let's just stay here, because hey, I wasn't the one driving there. I was brought along with my other friends, so yeah, couldn't really do much, but we had a good time there. At least for the first day. Sucks that we only stay there for 1 day, but yeah. Then the second time was not 2022 because that like we didn't go 2022 because COVID was still pretty big, so we didn't want to risk it. So 2023 was the next day, the next year we went, and it was pretty fun. And that was obviously that was last year, and definitely had a fun time. Seeing so many cosplayers come back again. Cosplayers doing events, all that stuff. It was definitely a fun time. But that was the last year they did at the Miami Airport Convention Center. This year was at the Miami Beach Convention Center. So beach and airport are two completely different places, and I was kind of glad that they switched up the location because the Miami Beach Convention Center, it was so much bigger, so much room to walk around, and like they actually had a good amount of area for the vendor, the food area, and and having a sitting area. So much better than the Miami airport, 'cause it was so much smaller, and it was just like it was very uncomfortable to try sit there. Like like they had multiple floors, the Miami Beach had multiple floors like the airport convention center, but like the Miami Beach one was just much bigger. For the food, there was technically 2 floors of getting it, but it was just so crowded. It was essentially like as soon as you get off the escalator, there was just oh hey, here's some food, and just and there's a line to it. It's just like, God, it was so crowded. It was very crowded. I did not like being there. I mean, for technically the second time going there, I was like, oh, okay, it's all right. But now, just seeing how it changed, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is much better. Really prefer this place, and the variety of food that they had at the Miami Beach was much better. Definitely much better. They had some wok food, or like Chinese food. They had, the chicken tenders and stuff like that. They had pizza. The chicken tenders and fries was all right. The pizza, it definitely could have been much better. You can't mess up a chicken tenders and fries, but with pizza, you can kind of mess that up there. But yeah. So on the first day, I had the pizza, and second day I had the chicken tenders. But on the third day, I went outside of the convention center, got me some Chinese food, and brought it to the convention center, which was all right. But as soon as the actual event itself, I had a blast. So I posted this on my Twitter. So I went on the first day. I went as Akihiko from Persona 3. Got to meet Xena Robinson, who was not Mitsu, who was Junpei, and also saw Allegra Clark, who was Mitsuru. So it was it was a really good time seeing them. Allegra was she was ready to talk to other people, but with Zeno, it's just it was, I felt really awkward talking to him. Just he didn't really. It seems like he didn't really want to talk that much, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. So yeah, there was that. Um. I didn't really do much in terms well, in terms of buying some stuff on the first day. I did do a whole bunch of panels and went there while I was there. There was HMK, he was a guest there. I tried to get him on the podcast, try contacting him, but he didn't answer. But hopefully, next time he can be a guest on here. But yeah, went to a bunch of panels on the first day. But at the end of the day, I was legit tired, for real. We got a hotel that was recommended by the by the con themselves. So it was just okay. So we got the hotel, and I did email, they said we could have gotten a refund for because we bought our hotel with that was connected to the con. I emailed them, but they haven't emailed me back. I might have to send them another email about that. So yeah. But there was a bit of a hassle that day, because I went there with a couple of my friends. I booked the reservation with the hotel, so it was just okay, check-in is at after 3, before midnight, right? So so the people I was with, I didn't drive, so I was my friend drove, and we parked in the car garage because there was no parking in front of the hotel, so we really couldn't do that. So we parked in the garage, then went to the con. Then it was like around 8 or so where I said like, hey guys, we should really check into the hotel, bring our stuff in, and and then after we do that, we can just head back to the con. And then we had a little bit of issue with where some people were just like, oh, but I want to do some more stuff here. And I'm like, we can do that stuff when we come back. It would be best if we tried to bring in the stuff before before we lose out on our room, right? So it would so it's just like it got me peeved, just like, guys, like we can finish this off in like 20 minutes if we go now versus after whatever you guys want to do, like a thing for everyone. Just like, well, let's finish this off now and then we can have fun later, right? Versus, oh yeah, let's have fun now, then worry about that later, so that was my little issue that day. And just like, oh, one of them was like, oh, you didn't say anything, despite me like literally saying, hey, let's do this before it gets too late, because we were new to that area. Like, we went to the airport convention center, and that's a completely different area to the Miami Beach area. So we have no idea where we're going. We never been to the hotel, so like we have no idea where we're going. So it's just like, let's do this before anything happens. We don't know what's going on here, so just like, let's just do it. Just like, but no, let's do some more fun stuff here. And I was extremely exhausted, just cause like, hey, been up since 7, 6. No, yeah, I was up since 6. Wait, was it 7 or 6? I think it was 7, but like, yeah, I just woke up early, really tired. It was at least by 10 at this point, just like, yeah, I like to go into the room, at least try to rest a little bit. But just like, no, I don't want to do that. But the other person said that, but after that, the rest of the con, what was really fun. I got a whole bunch of like art stuff because I couldn't get any more figures unless I buy like another like shelving unit to like put on like right next to it. But like I didn't, so no figures for me, but got a whole bunch of art stuff that I post onto my Instagram, so guys check that out. I rarely post there, but yeah, I posted some of the stuff I got from the con there. So what else? There was the Saturday was absolutely crazy because just like, especially the nighttime event, because it was we did the night event. It was essentially the last two it was the last two panels of the night. One of them was well, three, last three. The first of three was like a Pokemon dating panel, just like, so essentially like, oh, you're a Pokemon trainer, and like essentially you're trying to like it was like that old like game show, just like, okay, like one person's on one side and he has to like the dating game, I think it's called, right? So essentially like, hey, pretend you're like a Pokemon trainer, like, oh hey, I consider myself like a grass dark type, something related to gym battles or something like that. I was like, this is kind of cringy, but can't really do much. But yeah, I didn't stay there for too long. I think it was like at least 15 minutes before like I left the area. So it was after that I went to uh it was a freaking like a hentai review panel. They were just watching a whole bunch of hentai, just like okay, like I think it was just like sauce or toss. Yeah, that's what it was called. It's just like so basically like rating the hentai, just like okay, this is happening. Like it was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, I did enjoy myself. So it was just like, oh, okay, this was a fun panel. And then after that, it was a Pokemon Smasher Pass. And I'm just like, what the heck is going on here? I mean, this is fun, but what is going on? Yeah, so I definitely had a fun time there. Uh, the last thing that happened, well, the last day, uh, one of the major events I did was, went to this, like, Nintendo, like, a game show competition. So, essentially, hey, do you know your Nintendo stuff? I didn't really do that good. It was essentially like it was a 2v2. So like my partner essentially did most of the work. Like I thought I knew my Nintendo stuff, but I didn't, not really. There was like a challenge where basically like, hey, you you essentially gotta go through Super Mario Brothers 1 in 60 seconds. I was like, okay, simple enough. And I'm just like, okay, what's the run button? Like, I think I was essentially like walking the entire time. Because, like, it was being played on in, like, a modded Switch. So I wasn't really sure, like, if the controls would change or anything like that. So, yeah, it was that. But I definitely had fun with that, despite, not winning. And then after that, I went to a voice actor panel where I did, uh, it was a voice actor review where, Xander Morbus, aka the voice actor of Joker in Persona 5, and the announcer in Smash Brothers, and I think his name was Blake Roman. He's the voice actor of I think Stardust and Hazbin Hotel. And I watched a couple episodes of Hazbin Hotel. It's pretty good. I liked it. And yeah, I did a cold read of like of a line. I'm not sure where it was from. But it was definitely from a game. So, hey, pretty cool. And I was like really nervous, but despite being nervous, like I think I did pretty good. Like if I do say so myself. Um. So after that, did a couple more. Went to a couple more panels. Bought more art stuff. Uh. The last couple panels I did. One of them was like It was a Power Rangers Super Sentai panel. We're talking about the different morphers and stuff. And the last panel after that was HMK's Legend of Zelda panel. And it was a good panel. Both of them. Well, the Power Rangers one I didn't stay there for too long. It was that was the I went to get some Chinese food like after like 15 minutes just to like because it was I think it was about like a 10-minute walk from the con to the area. to the restaurant, so couldn't really like I didn't know how long it was gonna take to get the food done. So yeah, so I'm trying to make sure. Okay, let me leave at this time, so I can get my food and get ready for the last panel of the day. So that's essentially what I did, and that's essentially it for Otaku Fest. And I talked for like over 20 minutes. So let me just wrap up anything else that happened. I talked about Miku Fest the last episode. There was that. What else? What else? What else? Um. What else? What else? What else? I did do a vlog of that. I didn't record it. I did record it. I just didn't edit it yet. So hopefully sometime soon I'll get to editing that. Besides that, not much else has happened. Yeah, just trying to think. Oh yeah, Paper Mario came out. I didn't do an unboxing of it, but I was like I'm currently playing it right now. It's in my hands right now. So, I mean, it's a pretty fun game. Not gonna lie. HD looks pretty fun. First time, well, not first time playing a Paper Mario game, but first time playing Thousand Year Door. And yeah, it's definitely a fun game to play. Story's awesome. Uh, what just happened right now? It's like I'm trying to glide with the airplane mode, but like I just couldn't get it. So yeah, that's essentially been it for this these past 2 weeks. So hopefully, guys, in had a good 2 weeks. Um. Oh yeah. Been also been I was a little bit on the hiatus of recording Persona 3 Reload. I was essentially like a month. Well, I not months ahead of time, but like I have like 5 sessions backlog of like of recordings. So like I'm currently on like the lot. So I have 1, 2. Wait, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm currently 4 sessions on of backlogs, and I'm almost done with Reload. I'm over 90 hours, almost 100 hours in the game. At least at the time of this recording, I am in December, right? Or just got into December. But in terms of what's currently on the main channel, let me just see. So today is 27th, at least on this recording. Let me just see what day is it? I think it's late October, early November. Let's see here. Yeah, it is November 1st. So, yeah, essentially I'm a month ahead in game time. And playing tomorrow in terms of the day of recording this, planning on doing a little bit more recording. Hopefully I'm able to get through December, so we can hopefully finish off December, get into January at least. Hopefully, fingers crossed I'm able to do that. But yeah, that's been it for me. My personal stuff life. Let's get into the news because we're 25 minutes in. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Oh, And also almost forgot one. Okay, there we go.
Hey guys, this episode is sponsored by Dubby. Dubby is a clean energy drink that's made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or inks like other energy drinks. I just got myself the Dubby sample pack, which comes with this little tumbler, and also comes with 4 flavor packs. Got the peach and beach, or beach and peach. Comes with the Dub Squat Sludge. My bad, Sludge. I'm reading it backwards. Then we got the Dragonade. I should probably look at it first, then do a thing. And then the Galaxy Grenade. So we're gonna try one of these today, and I'll tell you how I honestly think about it. Alright, so out of the 4 here, let's try the Dragonade. Let's see, how this tastes. Alright, so here we have the dragon fruit. It is, of course, well, not dragon, the Dragonade. It has dragon fruit in it, which I never had, and pink strawberry lemonade, which I also never had, but smells pretty good. So here we go. Cheers. Alright, it's not that bad. Like, it reminds me of like a certain soda of like, oh man. Like it was a soda I had as a kid, but like I can't really remember like when I was in New York for a bit and I had like it, but like it's not bad. Not bad at all. If you guys want to try out the samples shaker yourself or buy any of the products on Dubby, make sure to use my coupon code PowerJ at checkout to save 10% on your order. So again, that's PowerJ at checkout for 10% off your order. Now, back to the video.
Alright guys, so you guys know, as always, we're checking out Persona Central. They always got the latest Persona news, or SMT news, wherever related to Atlus stuff, they got it. So if you guys do want to check them out, please check them out on their Facebook, obviously check out their website, check out their Twitter, YouTube, and all the articles that we're going to be checking out will be linked down in the description below the video and audio podcast. So yeah, please support Persona Central with all their doings. So let us get to the first article, and we don't really have too much. At least the articles linked are not too long. I know there's one that we have like that goes in depth and into stuff, so that might be the little bit longer one. But first article, this is fairly short. So we got the new locations trailer for Vengeance. I didn't do a reaction to this because it was essentially like 30 seconds and didn't really want, hey, let's take a look at this 30-second trailer and talk about it for like 10 minutes. Like, like if this was like back when Persona Q2 was released, like I was doing that for every character trailer, just like, oh wow, look at these new like how they all look and all that stuff. Nowadays it's just like, okay, if it's 30 seconds or something like that, or it's just like characters we already know about, stuff like that, like, no, not really. Well, except I did that for Persona 3 Reload, but I will say that's an exception because that is a remake, and like seeing like how Persona 3 is being remade, okay. But yeah, going through here, through Alice's Godhood Guild initiative, footage of the new Dots Shinjuku area has been released, alongside the mysterious new dungeon Shakan in SMT5 Vengeance. So yeah, we can take a look at that. Pull this up.
Let's remember to be careful.
Oh, hold up. 1080p. There we go.
Let's remember to
So is that like new transportation kind of area? Oh, okay, got the fast travel.
So, this
Shakan?
is Shakan. I sense a peculiar presence here.
Now,
We'd best proceed with caution.
oh, okay. So I'm pretty sure with Vengeance and 2 New Era, they're essentially replacing previous eras that was already in the main game. So it's probably like the final 2 eras of the game. Well, not in the final 2 eras, like at least one of the Japan area and then one of the exclusive dot areas. Uh, so yeah, this will most likely replacing the final Tokyo area. It's pretty good. Pretty sure this is a narcissist, right?
You don't know what's lurking around.
And yeah, I was
To be
looking at the ground,
careful.
just like
You don't
the pop-ins of like of how the ground is. That is kind of weird. Either that or is like some kind of like uh or is it like mm, I don't know what to say here. Just is it just happening because hey, he's just going down on there and then like that's how the air is changing? Kind of like a avalanche. The ground's changing because of that, or is it something else?
know what's lurking around.
Okay, Miragi. Hold on. Okay, level 37. So this is mid game. So this area is in mid game. So not the final area. So it's some area in the mid game. Okay. It was like, oh look, Miragi. Like, huh? Why are you using Miragi like at end game?
So, this is Shakan.
Okay, now this part. Pretty sure the voice. It's not Aogami. I don't think that's Aogami. Let me pull up the Megami Tensei site because I'm pretty sure I think that's Tsukiyomi, right? Suki. Uh, I'm pretty sure that was his name, or at least his demon form name, right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is like when we're in this new area with the new Nalabino form, uh it is Tsukiyomi with who who's the that's his name, Hayayo Koshimizu. So that's his human form name, and then transforms into Tsukiyomi. So pretty sure I'm guessing like by that voice, uh I'm gonna call him Tsukiyomi essentially at this point. Tsukiyomi fuses with the main pro tag when he essentially kinda dies, or like Algami dies perhaps. He takes over and fuses, and the protagonist and Tsukiyomi forms to become this new Nalabino, similar to how Yuzuru fused with Tsukiyomi to become that well, I'm certainly saying right now, fuse become their own Nalabino in SP5. Sorry for spoiling it, just like I realized it too late that I was like, oh wait, I'm spoiling it. And already too late into saying that. And essentially because hey, the Nalabino uses a lance. I mean, like a scythe or like a sickle, and then Tsukiyomi's at least in the not in his Nalabino form, uses like a scythe slash sickle as well. So, and the colors are somewhat similar. So that's where I kind of come to this like conclusion that uh they're fusing because they haven't said anything in the
Your presence here.
in the articles about, oh hey, how did he get this new form? Like, who did he fuse with? Or is it like Algami's new like transform and then fuse with the protagonist? You know. But it seems like this whole gimmick with, or like part of the gimmick of Shakan is, hey, you're flipping this entire area upside down, or you yourself are flipping upside down between like the floor, the ceiling, the side walls, all that stuff to progress through the dungeon.
I sense a peculiar.
And this, like, it looks like a pretty big area from this shot here. It looks pretty big and maybe a little bit confusing, maybe perhaps, not really sure, but it looks really cool.
I sense a peculiar presence here.
Yeah, this is definitely end game because it's got a Zandine.
We'd best proceed with caution.
Oh, that is pretty cool, not gonna lie. So you're just climbing all the way over there. No idea what that is. It looks familiar. I can't put my finger on it, but it looks pretty cool. But yep. That's it for that little new locations trailer. The 2 new locations. Going to the next one, we got the Atlus Fest exhibition information. So, following the announcement of the Atlus Fest large-scale fan event taking place in Japan next month and launch of the official website, Atlus has released more details about the content at the exhibits. Turn that on. So we've got some Jack Frost. Alus's mascot Jack Frost will be present throughout Atlus Fest venue. At the entrance, visitors will be greeted by a giant Jack Frost balloon, approximately 3.5 meters tall, as well as a talking Jack Frost vision. Jack Frost face vision. People will also be able to enjoy the Jack Frost fortune draw, where you will get an Atlus water if you have very bad fortune. Furthermore, the first visitors will get Jack Frost's sun visor as a gift. I mean, seeing the giant Jack Frost and the face vision, pretty cool. Atlus water, ooh. Just reminds me of at Miku Fest, there was a lady giving out Kaito water. So hey, here's some Atlus water. And the sun visor, don't really care about that. Oh, hit the mic. Gathering of all the Persona statues and stamp rally. At Atlus Fest, all of the life-size statues of characters from the Persona series, which have been created thus far, will be gathered in one spot. You'll be able to see the lineup of the 5 statues, including Arsene, Thanatos, and Aigis. Additionally, there's an Atlus Fest special stamp rally, my Persona Dream Party. Not personal, my Persona. Where you can create your own dream party from 63 playable characters in the Persona series. There will also be a dice battle corner where visitors can win special goods by rolling dice to decide a Theurgy from Persona 3 Reload. There will be plenty of Persona related content to enjoy. Okay, so I was about to say, I really hope it's not just, from the 345 eras, but no, they do have some Persona 1 and 2 characters there. Good. Dream parties with the 63 characters. So is it party of 4, party of 5? I'm guessing you're gonna stick with like a party of 4. So how about, we we get Boy with Earring from Persona 1. Get Maya from Persona 2. Shoot, put in Joker and Minato. Sure, those 4 as the main party. So then we got the Vengeance Demon Scroll and box art for 1989 to 2024 Atlus titles. At the venue, visitors will be able to see the Demon Picture Skulls featuring 276 demons from the latest installment in the SMT series, gathered in an overhead display. Additionally, there will be an exhibition of packaged games released by Atlus from 1989 to 2024, titled 1989 to 2024 Atlus release titles. A similar display was held in 2019 for Sega Fest, with titles in Atlus history from 89 to 2019. Okay, so they kept some of the old games there, or are they just really good replicas? I don't know, maybe. And as previously announced, visitors will be able to play the first demos of Metaphor Repaint Zero, as well as demos for Vengeance. And Atlus has specified there will be no new titles at the event. So again, no new titles. Now if they decide to surprise us, sure, be happy, be excited. But I don't expect new titles. I've been disappointed by Atlus so many times before. Just like, I'm not getting myself excited again. Okay, all right, all right, okay. We good? Are we good? All right. So, let's go to the next one. So we got Megami Tensei 1 and 2 rearranged soundtracks, and being sold by Bandai Namco. Wasn't expecting Bandai Namco to be part of this, but hey, at least we're getting the old games soundtracks. Bandai Namco has announced a new range of merchandise themed on video game classics to be sold through their online store. Including in this new range will be the Megami Tensei 1 2 rearrange albums, featuring tracks from the games rearranged by the original Megami Tensei and Megami Tensei 1 and 2 composer Tsukasa Masuko. The arranged album was originally funded through a Kickstarter and has been released to backers. I have not heard of this. Okay, I didn't know there was a Kickstarter for this. Hey, that's pretty cool. So I've got I'm not sure if these are two separate things or they're special. Oh wait, so there's rearrange and then there's rearrange rough arrange version, or is that through? I'm gonna say rough arrange version. So, we got the track list from Megami Tensei, Daedalus, Battlefield, Anfini, Recollections, and from 2, we got Ex-Convict, Deathmatch, Devil's Peak, Hallucination, Omega, Epilogue, and Dawn of the Human Being. The two albums will be available, the Range album and the Rough Arrange album. The Rearrange album, I don't. I was thinking wait, there's these two and then the rearrange. The rearrange album will retail 3,300 yen, and the rough arranged version will retail for about 2,200 yen. The release date will be announced at a later date. So, is the rougher arranged version have less content in it? Why is it why are they different? What's the difference between the range and the rough range? I have no idea about that. But okay. At least again, bring the soundtrack back, pretty awesome. Hopefully it'll be available through Spotify. If they're able to do that, that'll be absolutely great. Again, with more SMT 5 news, there was a 6 hours of gameplay shown off. Atlus has released 6 hours, a 6-hour stream featuring the pre-release gameplay of Vengeance, hosted by comedians Oh Samurai-chan and Penguins Nobuo. Never heard of either of them, but hey, they're Japanese stars. I wouldn't expect that. I wouldn't expect to know. The footage covers a portion of the early game story in the new canon of Vengeance route, also showcases new features. So yeah, 6 hours. If you guys want to check that out, it's gonna be in the article with some timestamps. At 17 minutes, story events following the Newer fight at the National Diet Building. The segment showcases some story changes from the creation route, which might be considered spoilers. Gotta look at the Demon Han showcase, the virtual trainers showcase. So I believe that's the one where like if you keep fighting these enemies, they're just getting stronger and stronger up to like 100 times stronger like every time you fight them. I'm gonna showing the settings, going through that. Demon controlling quests. I don't know what that is. See some fusion, Gustav's shop, miracles, and skill customization. And the last thing is the mid Shinagawa story events and a boss fight. Okay, so if you guys want to check that out, and you might be spoiled about what's happening in the Canon of Vengeance route, which is why I'm not watching it. It's there. And then coming up next, this is a little bit big part. So Atlus is listed as a partner in the Summer Game Fest 2024 lineup. This should be an S, not gonna lie. Like Summer Game Fest versus Summer Games Fest. Like there's more than one game, so like I understand like, hey, it's the game of the summer or something like that. But like Summer Games. We're talking about multiple games, alright? So, the Summer Game Fest is an annual collection of events with exclusive announcements and updates from a variety of video game developers and publishers. For this year's edition, beginning on June 7th, the preliminary partner companies were announced on the 16th. Today, as of May 20th, it was discovered by insider Midori that the official website of SGF included an update list, which features Atlus. So, hey, we're gonna be seeing an Atlus game and Sega game, part of it. So really awesome. So I haven't actually checked this one. I've seen the first part, but so let's see here. I don't know that one. Amazon games and on a per. Okay. I don't. What the heck is Atari gonna be doing? Are they just? I feel like they're just gonna be like, hey, here's our old games, or here's a new version of our old game. Someone lines that. But okay, so with Atlus, it will most likely be just seeing. Well, last year we were surprised, especially with the Xbox thing, because that was a surprise then. So we're gonna be seeing Metaphor, and we're gonna be seeing well, maybe the final trailer for SMT5, seeing Vengeance. Now we might possibly see another trailer for Persona 3 Reload for The Answer. We might see that. Or, they might show a teaser about what's coming up that we don't know about, that hasn't, well, that might have been leaked already, that I possibly don't remember. I know there was supposed to be like this Persona, there was supposed to be like a Persona All-Star game that was supposed to come out this year, right? So, they might just give a teaser announcement like that. Like they last year, at the Xbox showcase, they showed off Persona 3 Reload, which that was, and Persona 5 Tactical, which was technically leaked by Atlus themselves. So there was that, but they then showed off Metaphor, which that was not known to everyone until the Xbox showcase. So it was just like, holy cow, what the heck? So they might do that. They might have something, in store for us then, there. Then we got Bandai Namco. Hopefully Bandai Namco can announce, a remaster or, a port of the PS3 Tales games. Because if you guys don't know, Bandai Namco, out of nowhere, just delisted basically the entire, almost either the entire Tales like catalog off of the PS3 and Vita PSN shops. So no one can play those games anymore unless you have them physically or already downloaded. So yeah, hopefully they do something with those games. Don't know about Bokeh. Capcom, please I'm not Devil Survivor. Devil May Cry, that'd be really good. The devs and Deep Silver, I don't know. Devolver is gonna have something random there. I remember they had like this game where it's just like, oh hey, it was like similar to Paper Mario. They might show that game off again. Discord, I don't know. Dolby, yay. Embark, Epic, Focus, nah. Hoyoverse, so they'll probably show off like ZZZ, some more Genshin, Honkai maybe. 8-bit, don't know. Okay, so Innersloth, they either gonna have to either announce a new game or they're doing another update to Among Us. I haven't heard about Among Us in a long time, so who knows? Mates, don't know. Don't know. Level Infinite. Now that is sort of related to Nikkei. So maybe we might see Nikkei stuff there. Who knows? I kind of doubt it because it's SGF and it's in America, so I kind of doubt it. Magic, you know, probably some more like, what is it? Is it Hearthstone that they have? Is that the Magic game? I have no idea. Meta, don't know who NC is. NetEase, I remember hearing about NetEase. I just don't remember their games. Netflix, yeah. Pokemon Go, possibly. Farm Animals update, okay. PlayStation. Now I've heard rumors. Hey, we're supposed to be getting an update or like a state of play or a PlayStation showcase happening within the next couple of days, or the announcement of it. So with the partners happening, it might just be shown off there. Who knows? Pocket Pair, Private Division, Razor, some more tech stuff probably. Right, games, so League of Legends, Project L. I hate that new name. Was like 2XKO. That is just too long. 2XKO, 2XKO, 2XKO. It doesn't hit like Project L. At least, you know, like make it like part of the title, like, you know, like League KO or something along the lines that is related to like the league title. But like, it's such a dumb name. Sega, I don't know what Sega could have in store for us. They're not. They had Like a Dragon earlier this year, so now they're gonna announce another Like a Dragon game later this year, or you know, tease it, because they basically like put out the games like so fast. They might just like reuse Hawaii again, because just like that's what they do with every game. It's just like, hey, we're gonna use the same map. We're just gonna choose different places that are open for you. I'm still not done with Like Dragon 8, so I'm waiting to beat Reload so I can get back into 8, alright? That's my main thing, alright? I'm looking at my not gonna lie though. It might be Judgment. It's been a while since we had a Judgment game, so they might do that. They might bring out a new Judgment game, or you know, another, you know, game in general that's not part of Yakuza, perhaps. Who knows? But of course, Sega has other games that I don't really pay attention to much. But they exist, possibly, but well, probably there's gonna be something Sonic related there. SNK, King of Fighters, perhaps. Steam, probably announcing, Steam summer sales happening there. Could we see a new game from them? Who knows? Sunblink, Supercell, nah. Ubisoft. I don't like their games. Warner Brothers, they're a horrible company and they treat their products like garbage. And Xbox. Xbox has no leg in this race, really, especially after they shut down all their companies, especially they're recently acquired companies, just well, what do you have? And I'm missing I don't know what was hit the mic again. I don't know what's with Twitter lately, but just on my For You page, I've just been getting so many posts Xbox is winning this generation, right? Huh? Especially with Hellblade 2, just I'm just what are you on about? Xbox has been failing this generation. What the heck? And I'm talking and literally speaking on a factual case. You're their first party games have not been doing good. There's been barely games. They barely have any exclusives, right? It's just and with all the the recent closings of studios, just do you really expect people to trust Xbox in putting out the games? There's literally been more studio closings than Xbox published games, and people say oh yes, Hellblade 2 is the next, it's the God of War for Xbox. Bro, it's a 5-hour game, less than 5-hour game. And majority of that is just cutscenes that look pretty. Just come on, be real. Be real about this. Come on. But continuing on after that little ramble. Notable events around Summer Games Fest include Atlus Fan Fest from 8th to 9th, as well as the final Persona Live Tour happening. Persona Live Tour 2024 and more ahead. Concert performance on June 8th, which I didn't realize that it fell in line with that. So maybe, perhaps, maybe small chance, a small chance we might see something at the tour, at the concert. I do not guarantee a thing there. I do not have any hope. No, well, I have very little hope that something's gonna be announced at that concert. Very little. They said that nothing's gonna be announced at the fest. They said that, but they did not say anything about the concert. All right, they did not say anything about the concert. They did not say that nothing's gonna be announced there. So with my little bit of hope left, especially after everything that Atlus has been doing for the past couple of years, I really hope that at least something will be announced there. Because it feels really, I'm not sure if this was planned to have, hey, Summer Games Fest, June 7th. Oh, hey, Persona Tour and the Fan Fest happening June 8th and 9th. Is it a coincidence? Maybe. But also, is this considering Japanese time too? Cause, well, at the time, what I remember seeing is that the Summer Game Fest stream is happening at 7 p.m. Eastern time, I think, right? So that would make it Third 8 or 9 a.m. on June 8th. I'm not sure how things will work out, but hopefully something will work out. Maybe. But yeah, continuing on down, for some games previous years, Summer Games Fest 2022, Atlus released the first English trailer for Soul Calibur 2, which was disappointed, and hey, it announced the remaster release for 3, 4, and 5 for the ports. And then last year, features the announcement of Tactica, the reveal of Metaphor, and the announcement of P3R. So yeah, anything can happen. Let's keep our expectations low. All right, keep it low, keep it moderate, and we won't be disappointed. But we still might get disappointed anyways, right? Oh, okay. Just like it might happen. It might happen. So, yeah. I hope we get some good stuff. I really do. I just keeping my fingers crossed. Just keeping my fingers crossed for that. Going to the next article. This portion of the podcast is sponsored by you, the patrons on patreon.com/cavepodcast. With as low as $3 a month, you can support me and the podcast with benefits such as exclusive posts, early access to the podcast, no in-video ads, your name scrolling in the video, and much more. So please consider supporting your boy over at patreon.com/cavepodcast. And now back to the show. Talking about a little bit of Vanillaware. I don't really talk about Vanillaware that much because I don't really play much of their games. I played 13 Sentinels, which it was alright. Played and beat 13 Sentinels. Maybe make that clear. Thank you, Alex, for sending me that code for that. And then I played a bit of Dragon's Crown. And that's about it. In terms of Vanillaware games. I'm kind of interested in Odin Sphere. That's something. But I don't know what is with like Vanillaware's games. Just like there's just something about it that like turns me off about playing them. I don't know what it is. Like, is it like because it's like entirely like almost everything is like kind of side scrolling kind of thing? I'm not sure. Cause like we're looking at like I think like again there's also Unicorn Overlord. Just like it's just like the genre of games that they put out is just like not really for me. Cause like I'm grateful for Atlus letting me play 13 Sentinels because I did hear good things about it. I just think it's people kind of overhype it, I guess. It was an interesting time traveling kind of game. Just like it's all right. But I feel like yeah, so some of the games just like it's not really for me. Like I was in like with 13 Sentinels, I was interested in like the story aspect, but like I wasn't into like the whole mecha aspect of it, the RTS part of the game. So there's that. Unicorn Overlord, I wasn't into that kind of gameplay either. Like I was a bit interested with Odin Sphere, I guess, because I seen like another YouTube's Let's Play of that like a while before, before like what was called like Lane Sphere, something like that. Like seen the original version, it was like, oh yeah, okay, that seems pretty interesting. And then I played a little bit Dragon's Crown, which yeah, it's alright, but like there was just something in there, just like I'm not enjoying it, or like I'm not liking what is on screen. I don't know what it is, but I'm sorry for like rambling on about that. Just like I don't talk about Vanillaware that stuff. So just like maybe to me it's just like maybe Vanillaware's next game will catch my interest. It's always that. Will the next game capture my interest? Will that next game get my interest? So going down here, Vanillaware has posted on Twitter that they are currently recruiting staff for the development of a new fantasy action RPG. In an interview in January 2023, Vanillaware's president and game director, Georgia Kimitani, stated that he was working on a title which will not be completed for several years, and that would enter full development after the release of Unicorn Overlord. And the job position Vanillaware are currently recruiting for are programmer, 2D animator, and background designer. So that doesn't really tell you much, but hey, they're currently working on their next project. Of course, majority of the games are 2D. Like I'm pretty sure also like with 13 Sentinels, like the mechs were all 2D, right? I'm pretty sure. And like I will say, like the attention to details on their games is really good. Like it's all 2D. Or at least, as far as I know, it's like all 2D, or it's just very rare, like 3D, or it's like one of those cases where it's just like, okay, it's 3D, but it is like shaded, or it's like drawn over in 2D, something like that. So, yeah, I hope the next game will get my interest, like something like other games. I really hope they do that. I really hope the next game is really, my thing. Next up, we got an interview. We got Persona 3 Reload art design and direction interview. And yes, this is a pretty long one, so we're not going to be going through this entire thing, okay? We're not going through the entire thing. If you guys want to check it out for yourself, links will be down in the description below. So we're gonna be checking out up to this starter section. All right. So the latest issue of the Persona magazine, 2024 spring, includes several new interviews for Persona 3 Reload. One of them features the director Takuya Yamaguchi, art director Tomohiro Kumagai, and creative designer Azusha Shimada, discussing the visual components of the game. And got some previous interviews there. So what was the overall concept behind the art in Persona 3 Reload during the game's development? Kumagai, during the design process, I first thought of integrating the original P3 SAP before starting production. So I asked Sojima about his wisdom. Not wisdom, vision. He mentions keywords like blue that evokes death, and seaside blue, along with a sophisticated urban representation. Additionally, since I wanted to use water as a theme for the UI this time, so we designed it by combining the clean urban lines with a soft expression of water. Could you tell us about the concept behind the box art? We went for a bit of trial and error with the cover illustration. That's Yamaguchi Shimada. Early on, we decided to depict the protagonist and Thanatos, but after that, we considered the many design ideas and discussed them with the producer, the director Sojima Kumagai, and others. Yeah, the art is really good. You can't doubt that. The only thing I would say, I wish it wasn't just a solid blue for the background, like, because this is obviously, it's an homage to the original cover. So I wish they, also did like the top floors. That would have been cool too, instead of just a solid white. It just kind of reminds me of like those things like those DreamWorks like Blu-ray DVD like covers where just like, oh, it's the character and a solid background. That's it. So that was my bit of an issue with this. Like, in general, it looks great. It looks great. Just change the background and we're good. That's all that's been bothering me. was depicting the protagonist and Thanatos as a result of one staying true to the original game's cover art, Shimada. Rather than following the original version, we mainly thought they were indispensable as characters symbolizing P3. However, in the initial draft, he seems more fragile compared to the current version. When I showed it to Sojima and asked him about what he had in mind for the original P3, I realized many things. Persona P3 does have much fragile elements for the first impressions. We wanted to show the coolness of fighting, typical of shown in manga. From there, I did my best to incorporate the enthusiasm behind the original art to the fullest while adding new elements and arrangements unique to this project, which resulted in the current box art. The main visuals with all the characters together was also highlight. Shimada. The Persona series include many illustrations depicting a group of characters, and since the box art is simple, I thought that it would be good to have an illustration that expresses the kind of characters that exist in that world. So I started designing. As a result, I started to design a main visual that had the main characters as well as the antagonists, with the contrast between both daytime and the dark hour represented, which made the image complex in terms of composition and lighting. The background is based on the actual screenshot from the game. This was made possible due to the detailed modeling of the city in 3D. Okay, not bad. They're looking down here, just like, okay, so it's so it's actually a game screenshot. Kumagai. In the original P3, the characters had smaller proportions, giving the entire world a diorama-like feel. However, in the game, with the increased proportions of the characters, everything also needs to be more realistic and convincing. Therefore, we created the city with the intention of making it a world where the more realistic characters could exist naturally. Shimada. When you zoom in the developer exclusive camera function, even the sparrows at the shrine look cute. It's a pity that players won't be able to see this level of detail. I mean, you could just patch in a free camera mode, that'd be pretty good, don't you think? Especially since you're saying, oh, hey, look at this, oh. Yamaguchi. The dishes you can make during the dorm life and the ramen you eat at Hagakure are never shown up close, but I think they look delicious. I would say that P3R is a game supported by such enthusiasm and attention to detail from the designers. Yeah, I do wish I don't think there's a reverse cover for P3R. It would have been great to have this as the reverse cover. Like, don't you guys think? Like, okay, so it would technically have to be cut off. So like also it would have to be reversed, right? But I guess, every split, it has to be some kind of like even distribution. So like split right here, right? At least if you guys can see on the video portion with my mouse, like split right here. So you can have like this part would be the back. We're gonna have like an inch or two here. That'll be the spine, and then this portion will be the front cover, right? At least that makes sense to me. Well, what do you guys think? Well, let me know in the comment section down below. Like for the audio, like I'm saying, like if you guys seen like the whole wide the full cover of or that wallpaper, I'm essentially saying like right at like the protagonist's like hair, like that from there to the left, that would be the back cover, and then like to the right from Fuka and Igus, that would be the front cover. I mean, the left side would be the back cover, the right side would be the front cover. There we go. Okay, so continuing on, Tara's interior has also undergone significant changes in each year, which was surprising. Yamaguchi, we evolved Tara's by building on the original version while matching this game's visuals. I think its feeling has changed considerably, but we tried to retain the original version's atmosphere. Come on, guy. In the original P3 and P3P, the camera angle was top down, but this time you can freely move the camera and even see the ceiling. So we designed the areas to convey an atmosphere of fear through the floors themselves. We aim to include not only straightforward eeriness, but also various visuals that people find psychologically scary, like a feeling of uneasiness because the room is too clean and beautiful, or the areas of light reflections. Not gonna lie, I haven't felt really scared at all, at least playing through at this point in time of playing through the game. Like, I was like, every time, like, every new area was just like, oh my god, this is so cool. Oh, I love how they done with the place. It looks nice. And I'm just like, well, where's the scariness of this? I'm just in awe. Like, ooh, pretty cool. Ooh, pretty bright. Ah, colors everywhere. Like, currently, where I'm at and recording, like, not trying to like spoil that part, just like, it is more straightforward, very less explorative, at least in the current block that I'm currently in, but very colorful. And I could feel like the psychological part of it, but not the scary part, right? Just like, it's more trippy in the current block that I'm at. So I'm really liking how they change up the whole plays. Each floor or like each block is not the same as each other. Like, it's not like oh hey, like we had a whole mechanical area before in one block, and then there's another where it's just like, oh wow, this is like a huge mansion or some sort. Like, I really love like those distinction between the blocks. It looks really cool. Or like, oh, we had like, you know, one floor is like similar to the school. The other floor, oh, this is like very gothic, like that. Like, I really love how they changed up how TARDIS looks, the feeling of it. Well, at least, you know, I think that the gothic one, that gives a little bit of a scary vibe. But overall, like, they really done their work with changing up TARDIS so it doesn't feel very monotonous. Like, at least in terms of like how things look. But you do get a little bit of monotonous. You know, we're still going through dozens upon dozens of floors, you know, until you reach the border floor. So there's that. So it still feels a little monotonous, but at least it looks, well, at least for me, visually different from the other floors, and it's, you know, each block's, you know, unique theme to it. So yeah, I'm glad they did that. Especially with the Mona floors, they changed too, along with, like, you know, the theming of the block. So that is really good too. Glad that they did that. And one last part. Well, I actually, you know, well, let's go into like let's go to this part after. So, indeed, low levels have a straightforward creepiness, but as you go for higher, the floors are all white yet scary. Come on, guys, since what people find scary varies, we designed TARDIS to evoke fear in different ways while ensuring it remains a place, symbolizing death. Now, when the interviewer was adding, like, oh yeah, the white skills gets still scary. I guess, like, it's talking about, like, oh, you go into the light, that part. I'm not sure about, like, you know, when talking about the other floors, like, especially, like, there's, like, a whole mechanical floor. I don't know how that's, you know, invoking, symbolizing death and all that stuff, but, oh well. So, going to the menus, Human guy. In P5 in the menus, the protagonist was stationary, but this time, since visuals are that of being underwater, the protagonist is constantly moving because it's constantly moving. Because of that, there are often there often ended up being awkward parts in the motion somewhere, so we paid close attention and made adjustments until the very end. Additionally, we ensured that the visuals remained easy to understand and the impressions didn't differ from the Japanese version when localized into other languages. I mean, it's hard to like try and make it like different. I mean, especially like when like this part of the menu, just like okay, the 9 comes down, and then I think like there's also a 6, I think. So I don't know how like it would change that much. What were the key points you focus on when designing the characters to the full remake of P3? Shimada, the most significant difference in P3R's design compared to the original game is a change in character proportions. Additionally, from the original version through P3P and other iterations, Sojima's art style has also evolved. Therefore, we concentrate on what would it look like if Sojima drew P3 in his latest art style, and how would we express it to match more the realistic proportions. The protagonist in particular was challenging. Kumagai, depicting the protagonist was especially difficult. We repeatedly made fine adjustments from start to finish, focusing on the delicate facial features, softly moving hair, and each expressions. The challenge of a remake the challenge of a remake is that the fans already have established images of the characters. Shimada, especially with P3, the characters' depictions have been formed over a long time since the original game, with spin-offs and theatrical anime adaptations. Simply making the faces more attractive without individuality would disappoint fans. So while incorporating Sojima's styles and nuances, we aim to design each character so that many people will say, for example, Junpei looks just like himself. That's great. I really feel like more, like more people when they go into like remakes, reboots like that, they should go with this in mind. Just like, oh, this is a remake. Let's completely change the character design to make sure that it looks completely different from the original design, completely different from the original character, and still call him that original character. Just like, no, don't do that. No, like that's just horrible. Like, make like if you're doing like a remake, reboot, and there's already like an established audience there, just be like, hey, just make it look better. Improve, like, hey, give him like a little design on that stuff. Just like make people say X character just looks like himself. That's great. He's like, but people's like, oh, but change is good. Change is good. Not always. Not always. Sometimes change is for the worse. Like they're like minor tweaks, stuff like that. All right, but a major overhaul that basically changes who the character is and all that stuff. No, don't do that, right? Like friggin' let me just see like what's up here. Do I have I feel like it's more on towards like the Western stuff. Like, I guess I feel like the only thing I have here, like in my total collection, would probably be Tomb Raider. Cause like from the Tomb Raider that from the 90s, prior to like the reboot, like what 2013, somewhere like that. Like they were really consistent with each other. Like like Lara Croft is a badass woman who who's athletic, knows what she's doing, fights, all that stuff. But when it comes to the remake, just like yeah, that's not really it. That's not her personality. That really change. Hmm. Let me just see. Yeah, I feel like the majority of the stuff that deals with like, oh yeah, complete changing stuff is like with the Western media, like, um, just trying like trying to articulate. Oh man, oh there's something else. Uh. I remember there was something recently where it's like, hey, we've like they completely changed how like this character like looked and act, and people got upset. Like, mm, uh, dang it. I think it was like uh the Superman show that's like the Avengers of my Avengers with Superman, something like that. I haven't seen it. Like I've seen the first 2 episodes. I think I haven't seen the full thing, but I remember seeing people get upset because their depictions of like I think it was like 2 villain characters who were initially guys. They just change up like both how like they change it from guys to girls. They change it like how they completely like how they like act, how they how they're perceived, and people didn't like that. So it was just like that. I think like like stick to. I feel like stick to the status quo, but try to make small tweaks and improvement to the characters, not just overall change of the entire character, right? Or I guess, actually, never mind. But besides that, let's just finish off, this little article here, or the couple paragraphs here. Overall, the character's eye seems really smaller. Yeah, I guess from this point of view, I guess, yeah. uh, Giving more realistic impressions. Shimada, they have indeed become smaller. More precisely, the ratio of eye size to face has changed. This is also of adjusting the balance to be more realistic in light of new proportions. Yamaguchi, the 3D models back then were more deformed, so the illustrations were slightly deformed to match. Yeah, I feel like I got that way with when I'm looking at Mitsuru. Like I'm looking at like the 3D model and I'm looking at the portrait. I feel like, oh, this feels like really different. Like when I'm looking at like the portrait, I feel like I'm seeing like how it looked like in Portable, and in the portrait in Portable and the 3D model in that game, versus when I'm looking at like the portrait and the model in Reload, which is like it feels just slightly off. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. Maybe it was just me. But I did feel like, yeah, there was something that's just a little bit different, but still overall familiar. But yeah, we're gonna be calling it here for this article. If you guys want to check out the full thing for yourself, of course, like always, links will be down in the description below. And we're down to the last 2 articles. So, Metaphor is confirmed to be at Summer Games Fest. So we're talking about how, hey, it's listed as a partner. Hey, got confirmation. So following the news that Atlus has been listed as one of the partners companies to this year's Summer Game Fest events, it has been confirmed that Metaphor Review Fanzia will be shown off at the event. Director Katsura Hashino and character designer Shishinori Sojima will make a special live stage appearance to share more details on the upcoming fantasy RPG Metaphor. And taking place live June 7th on at the YouTube Theater. Oh, it's happening at 5 p.m. Oh, 5 p.m. EST. I could have sworn it said 7 p.m. Oh yeah, that's right, because it was 5 p.m. because on that day I work at 4 p.m. It was just like, I was just like trying to think like, oh man, is it possible to switch to switch with someone for on that day to like try to switch shift so I can like, I have a 6-hour shift, so from 4 to 10. So I'm essentially missing all that. So I'm just like, oh man, is it possible for me to work 12 to 6? I'd rather miss the first hour than to be missing anything past that. Because like, I want to be able to do my reaction. I want to see that happen in real time. I was like, why is it happening on a weekend? Why was it happening on the other in the early day of the week, like in all previous years? Why? Oh man, but like I couldn't really take more time off because I used my last vacation days last week, but fortunately this past week well not last week but the week before, but this past week it was my work anniversary, so I got my all my vacation hours, so I could use it. Will essentially be past the I couldn't use it for some games fest and all that stuff. And my little next upcoming day I requested off was for Vengeance, so yeah. So I'm probably gonna have to make sure I have time off for both for the answer and also for Metaphor, so gotta make sure to schedule that soon. And last article, pretty short one. So we got a Famitsu cover featuring SMT5 Vengeance. So Famitsu has revealed the cover for the weekly Famitsu magazine, released on June 6th, featuring SMT5 Vengeance, illustrated by character and demon designer Matsuyuki Doi. So merchandise feature the cover illustration will be available at Alice Fest, and the issue will feature an 18-page pre-release special feature on the game and interviews with some of the development staff, director Shigeru Komori, artist Masayuki Doi, and composer Ryota Kozuka. So yeah, that looks really awesome. Let's just get that full view there. Boom. That looks really awesome. I am debating on whether or not I should pick this up, maybe, because like I didn't get Tactica, I know that. I did get Reload one. I'm not sure if I should get this, because this would technically be my first like artwork featuring Doi that's not on a game. So maybe on Amazon Japan, and thank goodness it doesn't show my private information on screen, it's going for 640 yen, so about $5, and there's gonna be worldwide shipping, so that's gonna be like plus another $20 or so you're looking about plus tax, so probably about $30 to import that. So I mean, it's not bad, because like I've talked about this plenty times, like the quality of the Famitsu magazines outbeats anything that releases in the States, like from Game Informer. No, absolutely not. It can't be that quality. It feels nice to have that in your hand versus like a Game Informer or anything like that. Just like this has some weight to it. Like it feels good to hold. The quality of the paper, it is nice. And like more often and more times they've done with Famitsu than like Game Informer. I'm using Game Informer as an example because I don't really read other stuff like that. But like they at least give you some like bonus content and stuff like, oh hey, here's a poster, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be importing this. I have a couple days left before it releases, so I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna be calling it here. What do you guys think? Are you guys gonna be importing this weekly Famitsu magazine yourself? What do you guys think about the interview with the team or about the art team about Reload? And what do you guys think are what would be revealed or shown off at Summer Game Fest? Like, is besides the stuff that we already know, like Metaphor and possibly Reload episode I is the answer. What do you guys think is gonna be shown off? Oh man, I highly doubt Persona 6 is gonna be shown off. I highly doubt that. I just hope we can get some other Megaton games. I just want more other Megaton games that's not, just mainline, and it's actually good and actually like, really unique and all that stuff. Like bringing back or just remaster the other games, port them. Delta Survivor 1 and 2, the Overclock and Record Breaker version, more specifically those. Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2. And I'm not sure if I covered this last time, but I feel like there was something that was talked about saying, oh yeah, there was I think it was like Sega's like financial report, something like that, saying like how Persona and the Mega Man 10 Sega series has been going, saying how Persona is becoming a yearly franchise, and that includes and possibly expanding. So yeah, I think we covered that last episode. So I hope some more other Megaton games will come to light and just like, hey, expand the audience, show them like these other games that you guys done before. But who knows? Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think will be happening, in the coming days, weeks, whatever's gonna be happening in the comment section down below. And like always, thank you guys for watching. If you guys haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you're listening to audio podcasts, like Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music more specifically, because I think Google Podcasts is now debunked. So I really got to change the icon. So I can't find a PNG of like, hey, listen on YouTube Music. And that doesn't require paying, like stuff like that. Just like, it's just an image. Why gotta pay for just like something that every other site has? Just like, But yeah, and also want to thank the patrons whose names are scrolling on screen right now. If you guys want to be one of your lucky names up on the screen here, you guys can be part of the patrons. You guys can get this ad free and get it early too. So if you guys would like that, please be part of the Patreon. And with all said and done, thank you guys for watching the Cafe podcast, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye.